everybody. I hope everybody well. Today I'm making a video regarding one of the very rare variety of the plant known as Orbea. Orbea is a member of the Stepelia family, and they are beautiful plant. They are heat resistant. Also, they provide you beautiful red flower. The reason I made this video today because I want to show you the seed pod that is appear on this plant. However, I'm going to cut this seed pod today and let it dry, and before the spring is over, I propagate it. There are two ways of propagation of this plant. Either through the seed pod or cutting, which is right here. You see, this cutting was a branch of the plant that I cut it and I propagated, and now has a good root and is pretty stable. This plant likes fertilizer, not very often, at least once every 6 months, which I use a fertilizer known as a slow released, which is formula is 14-14-14. Sometimes you see a branch of this plant automatically will be cut and it will start growing the root by itself while it's sitting in the pot. So you generally check them out and you pick them up and then you propagate it, just like this one that I just mentioned to you. However, the process of cutting this seed pod is to just get a nice clean cutter and go through the branches and cut it. But make sure when you're cutting it, you have to put some anti-fungus powder, which is known as a sulfur, or some cinnamon. And make sure on this part on the plant, it should get enough good amount of the powder that the plant doesn't create any fungus. Because once the fungus appears on the cut area, ruined area, it starts spreading and kills your plant. You want your plant to stay healthy and produce more seed in the future. Also, I have to mention to you, during the cold season, you may see these spots on your plant, which they are not a major. This is because of the cold and rain, and it will appear, and then sometime in the summertime it start disappearing and going back to normal. This plant, as I have said, takes good amount of sun. So make sure you always keep it in a sunny area and properly water it during the summer. During the winter, I'm not usually watering it. I just let the rain does do its job. However, it's one of the very good variety of the Stepelia family. It doesn't have a smell like Stepelia does, but has a very gorgeous flower. So make sure when you have one plant, start propagating it, because you cannot find this variety very often. Now, back to the seed pod. I'm going to show you the seed pod. As you see, the seed pod has a little line on it, on both compartments. There is 2 compartments on the seed pod, and this is the line, and this is another one. When you let it dry out, this compartment start cracking open, and then there is good amount of seeds on these compartments, almost 30 to 40 seed in each side. If you propagate this plant with seed pod, then you have more plant in the future. But it's a very, very slow process. It takes almost a year to get to a good size to split them and propagate them. But when you want to use seed pod, make sure your soil is very soft, like 15-20% perlite and 80% peat moss. So as the cutting, when you are getting a cutting and you are going to propagate it, make sure your soil is soft. Why? Because you want to give a soft soil to the plant to be able to expand the root and grow the roots. And make sure on your cutting during the process of propagation, use root tone or root powder. As I have said, there are two ways of this propagation, by cutting or seed. Do not forget fungicize your ruined area. And make sure not to water this plant very often during the winter. However, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a very good plant, as I have said. Make sure you get a hold of it and propagate it and have more. If you got a bigger plant, during the summer, start cutting all the branches and get more out of it. I have to thank you all for your comment that you always send me. I hope you received my answer to your comment. Recently, I had a comment regarding this particular the stuff which is fungicide, which is good for the ruined area on the plant. When you do the propagation, cutting and everything is very useful. But you don't need it for just regular succulent. You need it more for the plants that is more prominent and long life. And make sure that you read clearly my comments back to you, answer to your comments. I thank you very much for watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like my video, recommend it to others who likes to continue working with the succulent, especially the rare variety, which, as I said, this is one of the very rare variety of the plant. Until next video, I hope you all well. Thank you so much. Make sure you watch my next video, which is coming up soon, about Euphorbia, two of the most rare ones. Thank you again and have a nice day.